next up, we'll have stand-up comedy by Maddy Ferrito.
Alright, so, what else is I wanted Dane Cook to open for me, but I got them instead. It's okay, they're fine. I like the idea of doing stand-up because I really love procrastination, and I just sort of thought like I could just hop on stage and just say whatever I wanted. I really do love procrastination, actually. I use it so much, and I was going to write a list to share with you guys about, how much I love procrastination, but I was really busy. I thought I'd do it later. I'll get around to it eventually. It's okay. I'll share it with you guys. But yeah, so I decided to do stand-up, and I really hadn't thought about it much since I decided to, because procrastination. And so I woke up this morning, and I was like stretching. And I love those few seconds in the morning, when everything's going your way, like right before something goes terribly wrong. And I looked at my phone, and it said that it was the 10th, and I was like, that sounds vaguely familiar. Like, what am I doing tonight? I have plans, I know it. Oh, I think I might have like 5 minutes to go on the stage or something. But I hadn't really thought about it. So I was like panicking a little bit, just a little bit. And I was like, well, God, I hope something happens to me that I can possibly talk about. So, the whole day I was just waiting for something to happen that I could maybe say something about. And nothing happened. And then I got home from school and I was a little panicky, so I grabbed a notepad and a pen and I went outside and I was just ready to write down things that happened to tell you guys. Find people. And I was sitting on the street corner for about 5 minutes and nothing happened, and I finally realized that I was still in a gated community. So something might not have gone down there. You don't really see like all the drama happening inside the gate. So I headed to Taco Bell because that's where everyone is. That's where all the drama goes down, right? So I went there. Also, I was hungry. So I went there, and I was expecting it to be packed because there's so many people in there all the time, and it's so annoying, and I can just talk about it, right? So I walked in, and lo and behold, it was empty. There was no one. So I ordered, like a soda and a quesadilla, and I went to go get my drink, and I was like, oh, opportunity number one, so something can happen. And I reached out for my drink, and you know how everyone's like always praying that their cap is on all the way because, if it isn't, it will spill, and it will get everywhere, and you will walk away like drenched in soda. So I was hoping just the opposite, because I was like, oh, that would be so funny, right? I could just tell everyone about it. So I reached out all slow, and I grabbed it, and it was fine. It was on there perfectly. Again, nothing to talk about. So I grabbed my quesadilla, and I went to sit down, and opportunity number 2 came up pretty quickly, because you know how all the tables at fast food restaurants are always so dirty, and you always complain about it, and you're like, God, why can't they just take 2 minutes out of their day to clean off this table? There's just junk everywhere. And I turned around and I was like, I'm going to find the dirtiest table and I'm going to talk about it, and it's going to be funny. And every table was just so spotless. Like that one day, they just decided to clean it, and there was no gum, and there was nothing to complain about. So I sat down at this unusually spotless table, and I ate my quesadilla, which was disgusting, by the way, because I could put squeezy cheese on a tortilla and call it a quesadilla too, but it doesn't really make it a quesadilla. It's weird because Taco Bell is just so esteemed for their fine Mexican cuisine. I thought it'd be perfect. It wasn't, so it's not like we have much else to choose from in Hollister. So I was eating my quesadilla and it was gross and whatever. It's just massive cheese and flour. And I was waiting for somebody to come in, right? Because something needs to happen. So I was walking and, these people walked in and I was like, yes. And you can tell the drama's going down. And you just like, oh, you're so excited to hear what's going down. So these people walked in and they totally had nothing going on. They just like walked in and they were having like this nice, quaint day going for lunch, and I was like, cool. They like sat down, they got their whatnot, and it was probably better than mine. And they're sitting down there eating, and I was like, God, like nothing's happening, no pattern, like nothing, seriously, nothing was on there. Nothing happened. So I was sitting there and I look out the window and I was so happy because this lady walks up and she's all like frail and she's got a fro, like a pack of cigarettes, and she's just like walking around. And I'm like, please come in here, please come in here, please come in here. So she like walks in and I'm like, yes. So she comes in and I'm like, and the people over on the other side look so terrified. They got like their lunch and their keys and their drinks on the table and they're just like, and what everyone else would see as like this terrifying woman, I saw as a golden opportunity. So she walks in and I'm like, so she like walks up, looks me dead in the eyes, and I'm like, yes, 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 yes. And she looks at me, walks straight up and turns. No! So she walks to the other people and I'm like, oh God, I feel so bad for them. So, because I'm not looking for trouble, they're just trying to eat their lunch. And so they, she like looks at their keys and she goes, you give me them keys! And this woman was like, what? What do you mean? And she's like, I don't even really know how to describe what happened next. I don't really know what occurred. I kind of blacked out. But she just starts babbling, just starts spluttering these random sentence fragments at them. And she's like, yesterday, my husband, tomorrow, and then, and like, and you, and this, and whacking her finger into her face. And I was like, these poor people. If only that were me. So I was so mad, I got up and I went to the bathroom, and I was so preoccupied with the scene that was going on in the other room that I had my hand on the men's bathroom and I was like, wrong one. And I went to the women's bathroom and I was like, oh my God, how funny would that have been if I just like walked into the men's room? I could have talked about that, dang it! But I can't just walk back in there now, right? Because that would just be more weird than funny. So I walked back out and I was really disappointed that that lady didn't walk up to me still. So I was gonna leave. I was already running late to show up here. And I went out just in time to see her at the other exit, turn around, look at the chick again, and it's like, I'm gonna beat you like I beat my husband. And I was like, God, that could have been me! And I just left. So mad. And I got here and I didn't really know what was gonna go. I don't even have a mic right now. They're not even working, so I knew one thing, and that was that I was going to have the stool and the water bottle. And you know, all the professionals, they have their stool and their water bottle. And I didn't care if I was going to be up here minding something, but I was going to have my stool and my water bottle. And if I had about like 15 seconds left to kill, like right now, I could just, you know. Words, and I could just, you know, take a sip. I'm parched. And then I would be done. So thank you.
Yeah!